Welcome back. Now, it's possible to eradicate extreme poverty on the African continent. All it takes is political will and commitment from leaders. That's the view of Li Xin, the Deputy Director General of International Poverty Reduction Center in China. The World Bank has credited China for lifting 800 million people out of extreme poverty between 1978 and 2018. But the picture is dire in Africa, with the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development revealing that 490 million people on the continent live below the poverty line in 2021. eNCA reporter Moloko Moloto has filed this report from Beijing.
In 2015, the 70th session of the United Nations General Assembly adopted new global sustainable development goals. The aim is to eradicate all forms of poverty worldwide by 2030. And in 2021, President Xi Jinping announced China had eradicated extreme poverty, saying 99 million people had been moved out of extreme poverty between 2012 and 2020, a situation he described as a miracle.
The economy in rural areas has achieved sustained and rapid growth. China has supported and guided poor areas in developing economic activities, and also we encourage poverty alleviation through new forms of business and new industries such as e-commerce.
Li Xin says China's investment flow to Africa reached $4.23 billion in 2020, marking an annual increase of 56.1%. But she insists African leaders and their governments must be in the forefront of poverty eradication efforts on the continent.
We have a strong government, and the government has very strong mobilization forces. So we can mobilize all government sector, all social sector to participate in poverty alleviation. So I think if you want to fight against the poverty, the government must take the lead, because in this part, the free market cannot work. So as long as the ruling party, the government, has the political commitment and the political will to help the people get rid of poverty, so everything can be done.
South Africa remains China's biggest trading partner in Africa, with the United Nations Comtrade database on international trade showing that its exports to our country were at $24.2 billion in 2022. This year marks the 25th anniversary of diplomatic ties between South Africa and the People's Republic of China. And according to China's Foreign Affairs Ministry, relations between the world's second largest economy and Africa's most industrial economy can only grow bigger from here going forward. It's anticipated that President Cyril Ramaphosa will host his Chinese counterpart, President Xi Jinping, on a state visit just days before South Africa hosts the 15th BRICS Summit in Johannesburg. Moloko Moloto, Beijing, China.